rest assured that if I had a list of things that I was excited for in 2022, replacing that drag link would not be on the list. Not even close.
Thank you, Len!
Hey guys, it has been a hot minute. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for sticking around. This is the first video I've been filming in probably at least 3-4 months. There's a video about that. Check that out. But apologies. This is actually a video that I'm dreading. I'm not looking forward to this. Last time I tried to change the drag link, I've only ever thrown spanners and scrapped the video once in my YouTube career. This is it. Things just didn't go to plan. The ball joints weren't releasing and I was getting super nervous about my hands getting in the way, just doing what I do with my music and, you know, work and life, and kind of needing hands for that. This time we're replacing it with a PSR heavy duty drag link. It's got shims for the steering box, which will help correct the angle of the drag link, because it's actually on an angle and it shouldn't be. So it comes with some shims for that. It's supposed to be heavy duty. I think it's got a rotate only ball joint, which will be great. Hopefully help stop a lot of the bump steer that happens with these things. They've got a really rubbish steering setup. There's like 4 ball joints in a row. You can get a lot of bump steer, a lot of issues, particularly when you lift them up this high. We're gonna try putting this on and we're gonna see what kind of difference that makes. If it makes any difference, is it worth your money? Let's find out. Also, not gonna lie, if I did have a list of things I was excited about in 2022, my new overalls probably would have been on that list. I feel professional. So first up, what I'm gonna do is I am going to chuck the front of the car up and take the wheels off. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna give you guys a look at the new drag link. So this here is the new drag link. These are supposed to be rotate only ball joints, which will be fantastic. They are greasable as well, which is also fantastic. It's supposed to be heavy duty. Comes with these shims to correct the drag link angle if it's wrong. That I'm aware of. This is the only kit that actually comes with the steering box correction shims, although it really would be hard to find something similar. But the instructions are actually pretty straightforward. Again, those shims are to correct the angle of the drag link at the steering box. So use that to angle it whichever way you need it, depending on which way you need to. And yeah, let's get that underway now. No one cares for the time lapse, so I'm just going to jack the car up. I'll see you in 1 second. So straight up, there'll be a little safety, or there should be a little safety pin in these holes on the top side, and a crown nut on these 2 top sides, both right and left, driver passenger. There'll also just be a little nut you want to undo under here. And now we are going, this is the fun part where you need to keep your hands out of the way. We're going to get a ball joint splitter to try and split these apart. You can try just smacking them with a hammer and see if they do just come loose. If they do, half your luck. If you can avoid it, just get a hammer, give them a couple of good taps, see if they pop out. But otherwise, you can use one of these if you need. So just to start, a couple of gentle tappy taps. Oh, see, that's actually, you can see that one's starting to move. That was pretty tame. That was really tame, actually. There's a lot of light here. That was really tame compared to what it was last time. That's an absolute win. We're going to keep moving forward. I'm going to take the old drag link out. Everything is shit. The steering damper. Alright, so the steering damper is not an issue at all. You just gotta, I've just undone the 4 bolts on the U-clamp because the one that was attached to the chassis is actually threaded, so love that for me. But, super simple to do. This has actually come out really easy this time, which is lovely. As you can see, there's not really a lot of difference between them. I guess the difference is in the ball joint here and the fact that you get the... Where are my shims gone? There. And you get the shims with them. And these are also greasable, which is excellent too. But realistically, there's not a lot of difference between them. It is a fraction fraction smaller. It should actually be easier to get those U-bolts for the steering damper. It should be easier to get them onto that one. So I've just had a quick read of the instructions. Now first up, what we're going to do is we are just going to actually put the drag link in place. We're not going to tighten everything up too much. We're going to get it relatively tight. Then we're going to assess how angled the drag link actually sits, if it's sitting passenger side up or if it's sitting passenger side down. So everything's just been mocked up, everything's kind of in. I can see very quickly this is the nut that's going to catch on the chassis rails that makes clicking noises. So these here are the instructions for it. Now obviously if you space out the bottom section, it's going to bring this side down because it's going to angle it out, hence bringing the whole thing, hence bringing the whole right angle of it down, if that makes sense. Holy dooly, look at my hands. Obviously if it was the other way around, you would want to put shims in the top section. Calculation, 20mm difference is 4 shims required in the front and rear bolt position. That's actually quite a lot. That's a lot of shims. Alright, well, time to measure that. So just looking at mine, I think I'm going to put 2 shims in on the lower side. It seems that each shim gives about 5mm on the other side, so that should bring it down a whole centimetre, or 10mm if you will, by putting these on the bottom rear bolt and the front rear bolt. Bottom rear bolt, oh my god, what? The bottom rear bolt and the bottom front bolt. Now this is something that obviously can be toggled with as well if you need to go back and if you want to try it again, you want to put more correction in, less correction in, obviously just keep taking stuff in and out. Obviously keep these handy as well in case you ever do need to muck around with them. Okay, so once you're actually done all that, it is literally just as simple as tightening everything up. Put your castle nuts and whatnot back on. Make sure you put the safety pins through there as well so that they don't come off. But other than that, it's literally just bolts up. If I can make a recommendation, when you're trying to get the actual drag link in and positioned, try to drop both the threads in at the same time. Otherwise, it can be very hard to align them and get them to both go in if you're trying to do one end and the other. Seriously, just try to align both of them and drop them in at the same time. Saves a lot of hassle. Now, as I mentioned before, there are muzzies everywhere here. I'm getting eaten alive. As I mentioned before, these are greasable, so use the grease nipples, grease them, just do it. It'll extend the life on them. Also, be aware that you will need to do a wheel alignment after this. You'll most likely need to do a wheel alignment after this. I'd be surprised if you didn't. I'm booked in for tomorrow morning down at Tyre Power, so Mick has us booked in down there. That'll be perfect, but just be aware that you are probably going to need to do a wheel alignment after this. Other than that, for me, it's a case of just putting the wheels back on. That's everything done. That is the PSR heavy duty drag link installation. Not as bad as what I remembered the drag link being. That's a good thing. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. I promise we have more videos on the way. Life's just been really, really crazy for me. Hopefully a tray rundown soon. Everyone has been asking for the tray rundown. It's coming. We're just waiting on a couple of bits of bar work. Surely we do a round to it, Genoa, and we need to head out to the Springs as well and finish up some suspension videos too. Don't forget you can head to my website. You can grab yourself shirts, stickers, windscreen banners, D22 crew stickers as well, whatever floats your goat. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Heaps to come. I'm out of practice. I'll see you in the next video.